Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Six. We're spending 6 minutes every weekday this week opening up the book of Isaiah and studying and looking at how God is preparing our hearts, how He's making room for God within each one of us as we dig into Him and find Him. We're going to look at something, a challenge God's going to give us today. I want you to grab a physical copy of the Bible and get your finger in two places, Isaiah chapter 31 and Isaiah chapter 50. And come along with me as we spend some time making room for God. Come on. Do you have Isaiah 31 and Isaiah 50 ready to go? We've been studying all this week on the Daily Six about how God is preparing His people for the coming Messiah. Hope in the midst of a people that felt cut down and discouraged. Some of them felt like a broken reed, and God is going to be compassionate to them and He's going to be supportive of them. But He gives a warning in Isaiah 31 and Isaiah 50 that we need to look at. In verse 1, He says, "Woe to those who go down to Egypt for help." You see, as the people of Israel were facing all of these calamities and this warfare we've talked about and all this cataclysmic stuff taking place around them, they were looking to other nations, to Egypt, to Syria, to Babylon, Assyria, other places. They were looking and trying treaties and trying to work it all out. And God says, whoa, 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 whoa. Woe to those who go down to Egypt for help, who are relying on their horses, who trust in the multitude of their chariots, in the great strength of their horsemen, but they are not looking to the Holy One of Israel. They're not seeking help from the Lord. You see, the people of Israel, in their fear of all the calamity that was coming, they were looking outside themselves to try to find something for help. You got your finger over in Isaiah 50? A little beautiful phrase here in Isaiah 50 verse 10, where He says, "Who among you fears the Lord and obeys the word of His servants?" That would be you and me that love God. So He's calling out to believers who fear in God, but they find themselves walking in the dark. "Who among you fears the Lord, obeys the word of His servant? Let him who walks in the dark and has no light, let him trust in the name of the Lord and rely on his God." Friends, when you and I are feeling that sense of brokenness, that sense of being lost or not knowing where we're headed or how to make our way through a circumstance, maybe it's a career change you're considering, or it's a relationship that's not going well, maybe it's a marriage that feels on the rocks, or it's some place that you're feeling inadequate, and you describe that like, I feel like I'm walking in the dark. I don't even know where to go. And so what He says here is rely on the Lord. In other words, put your weight on Him. Trust Him with your circumstances. But a warning, just like from Isaiah 31, woe to those who look outside, don't go to the God of Israel, but rather they go to Egypt, other places. In verse 11 of Isaiah 50, He gives a very similar warning. He says, "But now you, all you who light fires and provide yourselves with flaming torches." In other words, you come up with your own solution. He warns them. He says, all right, go, walk in the light of your fires and the torches that you've set ablaze, and this is what you're going to receive from my hand. You're going to end up lying down in torment. Now, I don't think this is God being mean and being vindictive and punishing them and pouring on them some torment. I think what He's saying here is, if you're not looking to me and you're not seeking me, here's what you're going to get out of my hands. You're going to get nothing because you're not looking to me, and you're going to end up reaping the natural consequences of the thing in which you've trusted, which is going to be torment. Does that make sense? I know this is a heavy teaching, but I wonder, as you and I reflect on this, and I hope you're going to give God more than 6 minutes today, and you're going to reflect down the description below. You'll see some questions, some things we should wrestle with, and you and I need to think about is, like, what is it that you and I are trusting in? Where is your strength? In our suburban culture here, highly educated, and a lot of us doing either, intensive white-collar jobs, or maybe if you're in blue-collar industry, you're a very skilled tradesman or so forth. There's things that we've pursued a lot of strength for ourselves. Maybe it's our ability to decide things, our intellect, our wisdom, our own set of experiences. You got plenty of those, note to selves. You've learned things in the past and I'm going to do it differently going forward, right? Maybe we trust in our wealth, whatever it is. Or we're looking to other people, relationships or romance to provide for us. And what God says, listen, if you do that, okay, go ahead. Walk in the light of that torch. But you're not going to find what you're looking for. There's a better promise, friends. When you and I will look to Messiah, Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31 says that those who put their hope in the Lord, they will renew their strength. That word renew means to trade it, to trade off what I have and to put on something brand new. Friends, as you spend time with God today, hopefully more than 6 minutes, would you pray along with me and wrestle with God? What is it I need to stop trusting in and leaning on that is of my own creation? And where do I need to begin to depend on you? I hope that's going to be what you seek the Lord with today. I'm praying that for you this whole Christmas season, that you and I would turn and look to Messiah and find our hope in Him. Down below, you'll also find our website, mounthopelowden.org. That's mthopelowden.org. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you tomorrow on the Daily 6.